welcome back to Bambi Builds for episode 50. Last week we gained our wings and I've quickly realised just how badly we're going to need a good source of gunpowder and sugarcane so we can craft rockets and fly around. So today, with the help of our lovely cats here, we are building a creeper farm and a sugarcane farm, and I think we're going to hide them away in our big mountain. Then hopefully as we are hanging out around the village, these farms will continue working away for us. So first things first, we need to gather some materials. So this is all the stuff we're going to need to get started, and of course a lot of wood for crafting a million trapdoors, and then we have one cat for each level. I'm not sure how many levels we're going to build just yet, but we'll start with the bottom one. Before we start digging, we're just going to go down to the collection point and find some coordinates so we know where we're supposed to be digging to. We already have a sugarcane farm here in the library. It makes heaps of paper for trading with the librarians, but we also need that paper for crafting rockets, so this is a really good spot to have our gunpowder farm. So let's start here in the middle. We're going to build our first layer. So this is the part where we want to dig down. It looks like it's just on the edge of our library. So we're just going to move it over 2 blocks. Now we've dug out this entire layer. Next we dig out 1 block around, just on 1 layer. And then we can dig down. This is the chute that the creepers are all going to fall down. And we dig all the way down till we get to Y level 73, I think it was. And now, it's actually not too far down. Now we dig towards the library, which I think is this way. Yes, there it is. Are we in a good spot? Yes, perfect. We're just 1 level lower than I expected. Now, this is where the creepers fall, so we're going to have our collection chest here. And then I guess we want a collection room, so let's just dig this out a little bit. It's not so claustrophobic. Now before we add all the hoppers, I'd just like to make this look a little bit prettier, because once we activate the farm, it'll be really scary to try and come through and replace all this. So let's make it look good now. We're using grey and dark grey concrete. And concrete powder for the walls. To me that looks like gunpowder. Looks really cool. Collection chest. Hoppers pointing into the chest. Campfires to kill the creepers because that fall is not quite long enough. Glass so we can see the creepers but they can't see us. And that's our collection room done. We're going to try not to fall down there. We're going to add these gates to stop water from flowing down there and extinguishing the campfires. And then having trapdoors here instead of full blocks is supposed to stop the creepers from getting stuck. Then we add water, which is going to push all the creepers into the middle and down the hole. That is the bottom level done. For the next levels, we are going to need a bunch of carpets, and I think we should use moss carpets because it's easy to get plenty of those thanks to our moss farm. So we'll take all of these, see how far that gets us. Now the stack of cookies didn't last very long, so what can we eat today? Chicken? Sounds good. Now let's start on the next level. So each level is 2 blocks high and has a gap for the creepers to fall into the water. Then we add carpet on the edges here. And a whole bunch of trapdoors. We want them over here as well. Next, we want to find the middle block, and that's where our cat is going to sit. Let's see if we can get this cat to come up with us. This is going to be a lot easier with a lead, I think. We should have one here by the camels. Yes, perfect. Wow, getting around is a lot easier with the Elytra. I am so glad we are getting these rockets sorted. We're going to be using this a lot, I think. Come on, kitty cat. Up we go. This is going to be your home. You're going to love it. Promise. You could just sit right here. Oh. Doesn't like it. Sorry, buddy. You don't really get a choice. I need you. Okay, let's try to be quick. Oh. There we go. Kitty cat will sit there. Just use these trapdoors as a bridge. Now we're adding carpet spaced out to prevent spiders from spawning on this platform. And then we want to add trapdoors all over to prevent skeletons and zombies from spawning, because they are 2 blocks tall and creepers are a little bit shorter. Now I'm just going to open up all these trapdoors for now until we are finished building the farm, just in case I fall off one of the upper layers. I don't really want to fall into the water, so that'll be a bit tricky to get out of. Now before we go up to the next level, we can actually stand on the trapdoors and dig out all of these spaces. And we might add the trapdoors for the next level from here as well, because that's a bit easier. Then we have these hanging down. I'll show you why a little bit later on. Now I'm not following a tutorial for this, but I am going off the creeper farm that Etho built in Hermitcraft season 9 and 10, I think. Cool, so this level is completely done. Now we can start working on the next level. We'll have a nice stairway up because we do need to get the cat up there. And this has almost fully been dug out for us, which is super cool. So this should be nice and easy. Use this little bridge. Digging out 2 blocks high again. And yes, we have the gaps all the way around, so we know exactly where to dig. This is a lot easier than the first layer. Cool. Now we need to dig out the platforms on the edges, 2 blocks deep. Looks like we are right up against the library here. Might need to move these beds. And just move the wall 1 block over. Adding carpet so nothing spawns over here. And we're just going to keep going and add as many layers as we can until we get sick of it. Alright, it is done. Before we activate the farm, let's just clear out all the things that we dropped. This room seems good to go. Now we can switch it on. Actually, first we're going to go through each level and just make sure we haven't made any mistakes. Close that one up. Let's check out level 1. So basically the creepers are going to spawn on this platform. They'll be just creepers. They're going to see the cats. They're going to run across these trapdoors and onto that platform over there. Except the trapdoors are actually going to be open, but the creepers don't actually know that. So they're going to willingly run off the edge and fall into the water below. Just need to open all of these up. Missed some carpet here. Okay, this level looks good. Alright, we're on the top level. And there you can see all the layers. Now the reason we have these trapdoors kind of hanging over is so that when the creeper falls, they won't land on the edge and die, and then the items won't get stuck there on the trapdoors. So let's go back down the bottom and activate this farm. All we've got to do is close the trapdoors, which will get rid of the torches. And it's still pretty bright in here, but that's just from the upper levels. Close. Done. Close this up. It's really tricky with the scaffolding in the way. Level 2. Flip down the trapdoors. Say goodbye to the kitty cat. Probably not gonna see you again. Done. And finally, the last level. This is the scary part. We're going to activate the entire farm and quickly get out. And poor little kitty cat is going to live in darkness forever. Bye bye. Alright. Let's see if it's working. Ooh! Ooh! It's working! Oh, it's working pretty well. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of creepers. And they can't see us through the glass, so that's ideal. Ooh, that is a good start. Very nice. Now, I do want to set up an AFK platform just to give it a test run and see how much this farm is capable of producing. I don't really plan on doing this much in the future. I'm just curious and I want to see. So let's test it out. I'm going to stay here for a couple of minutes just until it gets dark. Okay, watching the replay, it is looking good. That is a lot of creepers. They seem to be getting stuck. Oh, those gates are not in the right spot. I think they're meant to be one block higher. Okay, it's sunset. It's literally been about 3 minutes. So let's go down and see how much gunpowder we have. They're still coming down. Wow, that's crazy. Cool. Well, I don't think I'm going to use the AFK platform much, maybe when I'm desperate, but I think the farm should keep running as we're just kind of hanging out in the area. Now that that is finished, we can start working on our paper farm. So we're going to start by just pretty much tearing everything down, and then we're going to build something much bigger and better. Alrighty, so we've gone for this beautiful deep slate look, and I've kind of marked out where everything's going to go. So we're actually going to start off by building our auto rocket crafter, and this is all the stuff we'll be using. The tutorial I will link in the description. Let's jump in and build this. Okay, so that's our collection barrel. Alrighty, so that was very easy to follow along with. I have no idea what's going on, but I do know what is happening out the front here. I know where the materials need to be. So I'm gonna grab, wow, that's a lot of gunpowder. I'm gonna grab that. That's where the gunpowder is stored. Down the bottom here, we want gunpowder. And we also want paper. Now we also need to craft the paper from sugarcane. So we'll set that up. Grab this. Add it in here. Then we need to add excess into this hopper. And if there's at least one item in the hopper, it's going to activate this crafter, which is giving us paper, which goes through this barrel, through this hopper, and into our crafter. Lovely. Now it's not switched on yet. First, let's add more gunpowder, and now we can test it out. Let's see. It's flashing. Oh, yes. That's working. Perfect. Working pretty quickly, actually. Very nice. Next thing we need to do is automatically feed all of these items in. So we've got the gunpowder coming from the creeper farm. It scares me every time one of those creepers falls down. Then the sugarcane. I'm thinking we have like a bubble elevator dragging all the sugarcane from the entire farm. So we're going to start here. Water's going to flow down here. Down here, we'll have to figure out how to get water to flow around corners. I've never really done an item. What are they called? Travelators? The river that all the items float down. I've never done that before, but we'll have a bubble elevator here. It'll go across and down into that hopper. Now we are going to be using copper for this build because it is just so pretty. Then we're going to have a row of 8 sugarcane on this mud. Then we have water flowing down here. Then we have our bubble column here. I'm just going to use mud for now, but this is going to be where water goes later on. It's just going to be a bit easier to build around it if it's a solid block. And it's going to end up over here and go across. Cute. Now I've got all of this copper, which is slowly, very slowly oxidizing. Got a bunch of blocks out there as well. Kind of too lazy to wait for them to oxidize fully. These are going to wrap all the way around the water. We'll have... Oh. It's a little bit close to this hopper. That's not going to work. Need to go up a bit higher. Get rid of this. There we go. That's better. Grab some more copper. Ooh, I love it. Let's decorate this. It's a little bit covered up, but you can still see everything working. Then we have trapdoors holding the water in place. Now we need to have blue ice so that it won't melt. The items slide along there, and it also holds this water in place. So we need to add water to every single level. Perfect. Items should drop right in. Cover that up. Do want to change this to hoppers just to be safe. Now we need to add another row of sugarcane and sort out this corner. So we do ice here, Aha! Very easy. It works. This is so cool. Alright, let's see if it makes it all the way across. Yes! Now we're going to light up the sugarcane with glowstone. Sugarcane on the mud. Pistons. Observers. Redstone. Then we just want glass at the front, covering everything up. Oops. Yes, see this water here not only transports the items but also keeps the sugarcane growing. So that's cool. So now when sugarcane grows, it all gets harvested. Looks like some of them are getting stuck. That's a bit annoying. I guess I could add hoppers below the mud and they would pick them up, but I'm not too worried. Before we extend that sugarcane farm, there is one more thing that we need to do. We need to sort out this gunpowder and getting it from the creeper farm into up there. So we're going to need another bubble column, and then we're also going to need an auto dropper. So I'm going to find a tutorial for that. So we're going to very carefully dig into the collection chamber because we need to move these hoppers and point them out this way. So we're not going to take all of them. We're going to leave 2 hoppers still pointing into the chest so we have some gunpowder in case we need gunpowder for something different. But the rest of them are going to point out this way and feed straight into the auto crafter. This is very scary, but I think we are safe under here. Just need to dig our way out. Actually need the dropper over here. This is where the bubble column will go. We're going to add the water in later. Now I found a tutorial. I'm going to link it. Didn't really explain much, but I guess we'll try it out. So we add the mud. There we go. So as soon as you add items in, they get spat out automatically. We're going to feed them straight in from the creeper farm. Now we're going to add water, which is the scary part. Going to be very careful. Going to be smart. Use gates to hold the water in place. Need it on every block. Oh, yep, it's working. Cool. Perfect. Oh, we just had a creeper come through. It worked. Alright, let's see if it went through. Actually, I don't know how much gunpowder was in here already. Get rid of these. Okay, we've got 42 now. Run another test. Oh. Okay, that didn't work. Where is the gunpowder? Oh! Okay, we've got a blockage here. Why is that? Anything else? No, just this one. Let's try again. Throw these 3 in. Okay, they definitely got spat out. There they are. What is going on? Some kind of... Oh, the hopper's locked. There must be like redstone beside it. I think that's a thing. Okay, so we're gonna have to move this over one. Oh goodness. Oh, there is space. We can take out one block without destroying the farm. Cool. Let's try again. Yes, perfect. Cover it up. Hopefully we can find a way to cover that up and make it all look pretty. So now it's time to expand our sugarcane farm, do a little bit of decorating, and in the meantime the creepers will be giving us some more gunpowder. We are all done. Are you ready to see it? So from our library, we have this beautiful entrance into the most stunning sugarcane farm I have ever seen. Absolutely love it. One thing I forgot to mention, so we've got the water down here, keeping the sugarcane alive. Up here, just behind the mud block, we have waterlogged stairs. So that's how that's working. And then the water starts here, flows all the way around, up here, and down into here. But I wanted to kind of make it look like this water over here was also funneling into there, just it added something. But really it doesn't, it's just decorational. And then I also had it flowing this way because I originally wanted a collection chest here for just paper, but it ended up being far too complicated. So instead, the paper comes to here, which is pretty cool. So I'll show you how that works. Behind here, I've got a bit of a mess, but then I've built this thing. The tutorial will be in the description. So basically we've got the sugarcane from along here comes through these hoppers and into this crafter. Now this crafter has a circuit here, and this composter is full and it's giving out a signal of 9. So whenever this comparator also has a signal of 9, it activates the circuit, which makes the crafter craft. So here we've got a signal of 6, 7, 8. So when you get one more extra one, it crafts. So that's pretty cool. So we can fill it all up with sugarcane. It's actually too much. There we go. And you can see it's working. Crafter is crafting. And it will not accidentally craft sugar, which is ideal. Cover that up. And we've got all this paper coming through. And of course we can take that paper and trade it with our librarians for emeralds. Now these trapdoors stop the librarians from coming through here. And upstairs we did have to sacrifice some bedrooms. As you can see here, kind of, yeah, so this is just a stairway up to a new level that we've got, so we can add some more beds. Don't really feel like doing that today, but sometime in the future when we need more librarians we can do that. Same thing with up here. This room's kind of been destroyed to make way for our beautiful sugarcane farm, so I think it's worth it, and we'll figure that out later. Now we also ended up with these beautiful windows. It would have been really good to get an extra one in there. 3 would have been perfect, but it just didn't quite work. We've got some lighting up above. Out the front, I recorded what would have been an absolutely incredible time lapse, but instead we'll just have to settle for this before and after because the replay file did not save. But basically we've extended the library and added a bit of a creeper painting on the top. I kind of think it stands out a little too much, so instead of the brick walls that are recessed in, I was thinking about maybe replacing them with sandstone just so it's a bit more subtle. But I don't know, maybe it's kind of cool. Let me know what you think. You can see those windows from here. It all looks very neat and tidy. We'll head back in, and now all that's left to do is, first of all, let's see how much gunpowder we've had come through. Okay, so that's a small portion of it. The rest, of course, is fed into this barrel, and there's, yeah, quite a lot that has come through, so that's pretty cool. So now we're going to test out the farm, and I think it'd be cool to actually remove this barrel. I want to see if it will shoot out, so we basically activate here. Oh, it's so cool. I like that. Excellent. I would absolutely call today's mission a success. I am obsessed with this rocket factory. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned something, and I hope I've inspired you to create a creeper farm of your own. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you back here next time.